Do I need to have thousands and thousands of dollars for Facebook ads in order to launch my online course? Do I have to have a huge email list in order to launch my online course? Does my course have to be perfect and done before I can actually launch it? There are so many myths that come into place when it comes to launching your online course. Today, I want to debunk some of these myths so that you can launch with confidence and not be worried about some of the noise that exists in the course creation world. Today, I'm going to break down my top 5 myths that I see new course creators believe and how you can overcome these myths and move past them so that you can launch your online course in no time. Okay, let's get right to it. Hey there, Corporate Misfits. Brittany Darrington here, and welcome to the Corporate Misfit Club channel, where I help female coaches, course creators, and consultants to build a freedom-bound business where they can stop trading time for money and be able to create courses and share them with the world. So ultimately, you're probably here because you have a course or a coaching program, a membership, or you're looking to create some sort of digital product. But when it comes to launching, you've heard it all. You're confused. You're not sure how many people need to be on your email list in order for you to launch. You think you have to have some huge event in order to get your launch off the ground. So today I just want to break down and debunk these myths so that you're not worried about the things that don't matter and you can keep your head down and focus so that you can launch properly and see some success and reach those target goals. Now, before we dive into these course launch myths, I want to share with you my 4-phase framework that you can download instantly below and learn about how to launch your online course. I walk through each of the phases that you're going to enter into on your launch journey so that you can see success. Now, I've worked with thousands of women to help them launch their online courses, coaching programs, and so much more. And I know a thing or two when it comes to launching. So if you can, avoid some of the mistakes that I have made along the way, as well as my clients, and I want you to implement these 4 phases within your launch so that you can see ultimate success. Make sure you also hit the subscribe button and also hit the notifications so that you can be notified of some of our upcoming videos so you can learn how to build a freedom-bound business. Okay, let's get right to my 5 top myths that I see new course creators believe when it comes to launching an online course. So the first thing is you have to have a huge audience in order to launch your online course. Now, I am all about building an audience because I know in order for you to launch and actually have people join your program, you need to build a community, build a relationship with your ideal customers, and connect with them. So that is very important, but you don't have to have thousands and thousands of people on your email list in order for you to launch your products. You can have maybe 100, 200, 300, whatever it may be. The main goal is that you have a relationship with this audience and that this audience is also there for the right reasons. So making sure that you're connecting with your audience and ensuring that what you're talking about is going to basically help them overcome some of their struggles, their pain points, and the things that they've been experiencing when it comes to your particular topic. That is going to help ensure that they buy your course. Now, you're not going to have every single person on your email list purchase from you, but you are going to have the ones who want to go deeper, who want to solve their problem, and they're going to take action. Maybe it's the right time for them and they are fed up with the experiences and the results that they've been getting with their particular pain point. So this is where you want to build an audience, but build a connection. So just because you build a huge email list doesn't mean that they're all going to buy and doesn't mean that they're going to convert if you don't have a relationship with them and if you're not creating things that are of value and will help them to move further along with their pain point. So take that time to figure out how you can build a relationship versus just building an email list. Now, the second myth that I hear it's always a conversation, especially when it comes to launching, is that I have to have some big launch production. So here's the deal. I have seen women launch with just an email sequence. I've seen women launch with webinars and challenges and then having an email sequence. I have seen so many different types of launches. There's not one launch for everyone, right? So I want you to think about how complex you want your launch to be. I want you to also think about how many people do you have on your team. Maybe you're a one-person show. If you're a one-person show, you don't want to have some complex launch because it's overwhelming and ultimately you're going to hit a wall and get burnt out. So I want you to think about what would work best for you and your business and your audience. Is it email? Would it be to host a webinar or a challenge or a video series? What would work best to help them ultimately lead into your actual launch phase? So I want you to just think about what works best. Do not try to copy or emulate some of the things that you see out there that don't feel like a right fit for you. I want you to focus on things that are going to serve you well as your customers. Because when you give your best effort and when you feel really great, your customers can really see that and feel that as well. The third myth that I hear is that my price for my course or my coaching program has to be free or highly discounted. So yes, there is something called beta where you can do that, where you can have a discounted price. But one thing I have found is that sometimes when you give a course away for free and in return you're asking for value and a testimonial and things like that, sometimes those aren't even the right types of customers, or they don't go through the actual course because they have no skin in the game. So I don't want you to necessarily give your course away for free, but instead I want you to create maybe a founder's price, and that founder's price does not have to be deeply discounted. It could have special bonuses associated with it to help people to join in the initial launch of your upcoming program. Now, the fourth myth that I hear often is that I need to run a ton of Facebook ads in order for me to launch my online course. Now, you can run Facebook ads if you would like, but one thing I also see is that a lot of people try to pour in a ton of money during their launch phase and hope that people automatically go to their webinar, go to their challenge, and buy their product. Now, one thing that I have found is that when you take the time to do a pre-launch, which can take anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks, where you are solely focused on building your audience and building a relationship and sharing content that's going to ultimately relate to your program, you will find that your conversions will be high, that you don't have to spend money on ads in order to get customers. Now, if you want to boost things and maybe add more momentum to your launch, you can run ads. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to focus on building your audience versus just hoping for Mark Zuckerberg to feed you some clients and get people to your course. I want you to combine the two. If you do decide you're going to do Facebook ads, find a way to cultivate your audience, build trust with them, lead them down the journey through the content you're sharing that ultimately leads to your program, and build that connection so you can have high conversion rates. Okay, so the last myth that I hear often when it comes to launching your online course for new course creators is that my course needs to be perfect. Now, I know this is not what you probably want to hear, but you're most likely going to make changes here and there within your course. So it's okay to launch your course as more of a minimal viable product. This allows you to put this MVP out there, get sales in, get feedback, and make changes as needed. You don't have to make things perfect. If you, for any reason, record and it needs to be just screen share and you decided you really wanted to do face-to-face for a lesson, you can always go back and edit that. I want you to focus more on creating a program that is full of value and that helps your customers get results. You can always improve along the way. So I'm sure you've seen this with many companies where they have a 2.0 version or a 3.0 version, and whatever the case is, their versions keep increasing and they get better and they improve and ultimately they run faster and all that good stuff. So don't be afraid to have multiple versions of your program until you get it right. But the main goal is to go ahead and get that MVP out into the world, even if it's not perfect, and improve along the way. Okay, corporate misfits, so there you have it, my 5 top myths, and hopefully I debunked them for you to where you are not getting held up with some of these 5 things. Now, I also want you to take some time to download my 4-phase framework to help you to launch your upcoming course, coaching program, or membership. And each of these phases, I break down what needs to take place so that you are not confused during your launch process and you can come up with a strategy that actually works. Also, let me know in the comment section some of the myths that you might have heard when it comes to launching your online course down below. Okay, Corporate Misfits, well, I can't wait to see what you accomplish with your upcoming launch, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have enjoyed today's video and hit the notifications. I'll see you soon.